Hello, welcome to FM Scout. I'm Bood FM and I'm back after a couple of weeks off. I've just celebrated the birth of my first child. I've just had a son. He's amazing. The whole experience has been amazing. But I'm back with a short video, hopefully, about Wayne Rooney. But before we get into it, I just want to remind you that I do have my own channel, Bood FM. I've got a series with Huddersfield. I'm hoping we'll be back this week too. So let's get into the video. I'm a Manchester United fan and I'm older than Wayne. And I remember him bursting onto the scene with Everton when he was a young lad, about 16 years old, scoring that great goal against David Seaman and Arsenal. We bought him when he was 18 in 2004. He had all this promise. I think we spent over 30 million on him. It was very exciting to be a Manchester United fan, as I thought we'd probably bought the best player of a generation. And he's had a great career, and he's had some great moments at United. I don't think he ever hit that height, a Ronaldo height, which I think, you know, some people thought he was going to, but I still think he was a great player in his prime. He's won it all at club level. He's won it all at Manchester United. I think he's won everything he could win, apart from maybe the Europa League, which he might win this year. But yeah, he's had a great career. But he's definitely on the wane. Now, he's on a massive contract still at Manchester United. He's on 235 grand a week, got a couple of years left to run in it. He is only set up as a backup as well. Now, I found this, I've played the game quite a lot, I've done a few experiments, I've got a few saves, I've got off YouTube, I've got my save on YouTube, and Wayne always ends up, I've found, being put in under 23s, rotting for a couple of years, going somewhere, having a season, retiring, which is a shame because I think he deserves to go somewhere and finish his career, I think. I don't think he's a top-level Premier League player anymore, and if we look at his attributes, he definitely isn't. I mean, he used to have some great skills, and now he's still got some decent ability, but he's not the player he once was. His physicals have took a drop. His first touch is only 10, technique 15. I mean, all these stats that should be a lot higher if you want to be a top player aren't there anymore. So we want to look at where Wayne Rooney should go next. Using Football Manager, can we put him in a couple of clubs and see, you know, which career path should he take, which is the best way for him to finish his career? And we're going to take a look at, you know, 3 different options and see. So let's get into it. And here's the first club. It's Everton. Great club, a lot of history. It's Wayne Rooney's team. It's where he started. It's the team he supports, and we wanted to test him one last time in the Premier League, see if he can cut it in the Premier League, especially with a team like Everton, where I think he should get a game. So we sent him to Everton for about 5 million quid, and he's on a 50 grand a week contract, and it's already down as a first team player, which is a good sign. It shows that he should get some game time this season. His stats are still the same, obviously. His attributes, are they good enough to do something for Everton? I'd like to see him win something, maybe win an FA Cup or a League Cup. No offence to Everton, but I doubt they'll win the Premier League with Wayne Rooney. But it'd be nice for him to win something. So let's jump forward to the end of the season and find out. Right, here we are, a year into the future, and we're here with the Premier League table. And Everton finished mid-table, finished about 9th. Be interested to see if Wayne Rooney's helped him achieve that. It's a bit mediocre, nothing too exciting. Let's have a look at what Wayne Rooney did this year. And here he is. He played a lot of games. He played 30 games, scored 1 goal, set up 3 goals, finished the season with 6.58, which ain't the greatest. But you know what? He played a lot of games, which is good for him. I'm sure he enjoyed every single one of them games. Back at Goodison Park, but they didn't really do anything special in the Premier League. Here's the tactic Everton used this season, and Rooney did play up top the majority of the time, which is good to see. Just a shame he only scored 1 goal. With the League Cup as well, they got knocked out in the 3rd round by Tottenham, and the FA Cup, they were knocked out in the 3rd round at a replay against Chelsea. So unfortunately, there's no silverware for Wayne Rooney in his first year back at Everton. So yeah, that's the first experiment. Wayne didn't win anything, was named in an English Premier League Team of the Week though, so you know, he did alright there. Inducted into the Everton overall best 11, which surprises me, and named in Everton's seasonal best 11. So he accomplished something for Everton, which is nice, but I'd like to see him win something. So we've got 2 more we've got to get through. Let's jump on to the next one. The first experiment was out of love. Gone back to his boyhood club. Not about money, not about anything else, but playing for Everton again. The second experiment is going to be the money experiment, where all the old players are going these days, and that's China. So we've sent him to Beijing, capital of China, and he's on a massive deal here. 400 grand a week, which is pretty sweet. He's going to be a key player here at Beijing, so I'm assuming he's going to play a lot of games. And here is the Chinese Super League, and it's a league that's growing. It's getting a lot of players on a lot of money, Tevez and Oscar and so on. Beijing, I don't think they've won the league for a long time, so maybe Wayne can change that. Can Wayne go to China, not just for the money, but can he get some glory? And here is the Chinese Super League after 1 year with Wayne Rooney, and Beijing finished 7th. So he's not really blown the league away. Well, maybe he has. Maybe he did really well. It was the rest of the team around him. Let's have a look at what happened. And here it is. He played 21 games, scored 5 goals, set up 4 goals, got 1 man of the match, and finished the season as 6.76. He also signed for Beijing for 5 million quid as well. So yeah, he's had a decent season, scored a few goals, set a few up. Not too bad. Here's the main tactic Beijing used this season, and Wayne did figure up top. He did play as a striker all year, so I'd like to have seen him score a few more goals, and he did, but he's not had a bad season. In the Chinese FA Super Cup, they got knocked out in the 3rd round, so fortunately Wayne has not won anything in his first year in China. And if we look at his achievements for the season, he was named in the Chinese Super League Team of the Week once. He was inducted into the Beijing's overall best 11 and named in the Beijing's seasonal best 11. So pretty similar to his Everton achievements. But I'd like to see him win something. I want to see him win something. So yeah, I think he's earned a lot of money in China. It's probably going to be hard for him in China. Personally, can you imagine Wayne Rooney moving to China with the different language and the different culture? I think he'd struggle. So that's why the last experiment is all about lifestyle. And here it is, the last team we're going to put him at, the last option we think Wayne Rooney could have, and that's America. Now, you're not going to win the mega bucks in America. Even if you're a designated player, you're not on massive money compared to China on the Premier League. But what a lifestyle you could have in America. I think, you could go there, his kids could go there, they could go to great schools, they could do great things, and they all speak English. Although maybe none of them would understand a word Wayne Rooney says, because he's got a really thick Liverpudlian accent. So we've put him at Seattle Sounders, mainly because they're my favourite MLS team. So I thought we'd give him a chance here at Seattle. The contract I've put him on, I didn't want to make him a designated player. It does confuse me a lot of that stuff. So I just wanted to be sure that he played. So I just put him on a normal senior contract of £1,500 a week. So he's definitely not here for the money. He's here for the lifestyle. And maybe some glory. Hopefully some glory. It'd be nice to see Wayne win something. Now Seattle are in the Western Conference. Some good teams in this conference. You've got Galaxy, Dallas, so yeah, Portland Timbers as well. So it's, there's some good teams. It's going to be tough for him to do something in this conference, and then obviously win the overall MLS. There's also a cup competition as well. So let's jump forward to the end of the season and see what happens for Wayne and the Seattle Sounders. Right, here we are with the Western Conference, and the Seattle Sounders are at the top. They won it by 5 points, which means they've obviously gone on to the final, I think it is. Forgive me, I am not that clued up with the MLS. It's something personally I want to learn about. I'm definitely going to try to learn a bit more about it. If there's any Americans out there who watch FM Scout, I'd love to talk to you and maybe, learn a bit about the MLS. Maybe we can do that in the comments. But they've won the conference. Did they win the MLS? We'll find out. Let's have a look what Wayne did this year. He's played 26 games, he scored 6 goals, and he set 2 up, and his average rating was 6.79. So in all 3 experiments, he's never got an average rating of 7, but he's contributing. He's still playing games. As you can see, Seattle bought him for 5 million quid. Right, let's have a look at what happened. And fantastic, finally, Wayne Rooney won something. He got all the way to the MLS Cup and won the MLS overall, beating the New York Red Bulls in the final. He did play, but he didn't score. Let's see what kind of tactics of Seattle have used this year. Now, surprisingly, he scored the most goals for Seattle, but he didn't play up front. He's played in that behind the striker role, more of an attacking midfielder kind of role. So, I think that's more his role now, the way his attributes have gone. I don't see him as an out-and-out striker anymore. So yeah, Seattle have played him a different position and maybe got a little bit more out of him. And obviously the Seattle Sounders won the Supporters Shield, so they've got another trophy. Wayne's got another trophy, which is great. And Seattle, they've cleaned up this year. Now I know they've got a good team, got players like Dempsey and a few others, but I didn't think they'd do this well. They've won everything they could win. But I don't think Wayne Rooney played in the Lamar Hunt Cup at all. I don't think he's picked up a medal. And from when I looked at some of the games, he didn't play in any of them. Not sure why, but he didn't. But Seattle have had a fantastic season, and Wayne's been part of that. So here is Wayne's achievements at Seattle. As you can see, he won the Supporters Shield, he won the MLS Cup, and he was inducted to Seattle Sounders overall Best 11, and he was named in the Seattle Sounders Seasonal Best 11. So when it comes to winning stuff, looked like America was the best option. Now this is just a bit of fun, it's just an experiment. You could run this all again and get a different outcome. It's just to see really what could happen, and I'd be interested to know what you do. What do you think he should do, and maybe what would you do if you were Wayne? Personally, I'd go to America because he's earned a lot of money already, and I think it's a great lifestyle in America. It'd be great for him and his family. China is tempting because you got mega money. I mean, you could be earning £500,000 a week, but it is a different way of living, different culture, different language, which could be quite tough, especially when you've got young children, but the money's just tempting. Or would you go back to your boyhood club if you had the chance of a couple of seasons, you know, with the team you support? He's got a lot of options there, and personally I'd go to America. Really would like to know what you think. So yeah, that's the end of this little video. I've enjoyed making it. I've had a couple of weeks off, like I said at the start, and I've really missed making videos, so it's just good to be back. So if you enjoyed my little Wayne Rooney experiment, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new to FM Scout, come and join us. We try and do daily content, or we do daily content for you. We try our hardest to entertain you. So if you're new, feel free to subscribe, and don't forget to head over to the FM Scout website. If you've never checked it out, go and check it out. Brilliant website, lots of downloadable content. It really is a fun tool to use, and lots of great articles to read. So yeah, thank you for watching my little Wayne Rooney experiment. I hope you have a nice day. Take care, I'll see you later.